It's Rob, leave a message. Brunch is at noon, guys. Gonna smoke some bacon, some sweet salmon, maybe do a frittata, some pastry. Don't sleep in.
This is not a drill.
It's time to grill.
Tomorrow's gonna be warm, but not too humid. Perfect weather for a backyard barbecue. Man, I love summer.
Not a drill.
It's time to grill.
When I do brunch, I love using back bacon. There's not a lot of fat in this bacon, but there's lots of meat. This back bacon is very lean. But you know what Robbie's gonna do? Robbie's gonna put his little twist on it. Got a pot, baggie, and check this out. We've got some apple cider here. Now, if you got apple juice, you can use that too. But just fill this right up. It's gonna sit in the fridge for 24 hours, and it's just gonna get penetrated right to the center here. This is gonna plump up. I'm gonna put a dry rub on it afterwards, then I'm gonna smoke it, and then I'm gonna put it into a funky little pastry. Puff pastry, that is. Oh, yeah. That is looking great. Now make sure you close the bag up really well here, because you're gonna put this into the fridge and you don't want any leaks. Look at that. That's just gonna sit in the fridge for 24 hours. This is gonna be amazing. All right. Salmon. I'm totally spoiling myself today. I love salmon. But I'm just making sure that all the pin bones are out right now. I'm gonna be smoking this guy on the grill, and when you're smoking, you need lots of fat. Take a look at this. This is going to be so moist once it's smoked. But before I smoke it, I'm gonna put this in a brine. I plumped up my pork, now I'm gonna plump up my salmon. Now it's brine time. Got a pot of cold water here now. Time to get this brine going. This is just gonna plump up this salmon. I've got some salt here. I'm using a salt and sugar cure. Now, you wanna know if you have enough salt? Check this out. Hello, Mr. Egg. Now, if I have enough salt in this water, it will float. Mix that around, put the egg in, and this will be just like the sea. When you're sitting in there and you're floating, that's exactly what the egg's gonna do. Oh, yeah, it's coming. How cool is that? Now to get the sugar in. Now I've got 2 parts sugar, 1 part salt. Just mix this around. This is gonna sweeten it all up. Now my salmon. Get that in. This is gonna plump up. Let the pot and let the sugar and salt do the work. Cover this up. An hour and a half in the fridge, and then I take it out. I just took the salmon out of the brine. Take a look at this. The color change on it, it's so beautiful at this point. Almost looks like candy right now. Still not done. I want to add another level of seasoning here. Pat, pat, pat. Now get some cilantro and just strewn that over top. I got some lemons, some limes, and some oranges, and all I have to do is just slice this stuff up. Citrus is done. Back it up here. Get some lemon, some limes, and orange on every single one. Just to finish it off, a little Rob's tequila. Oh, yeah, just a little booze. Just splash that on top. Don't go too crazy. You don't want to cook it. You just want to start flavoring it up. Into the fridge for 24 hours. This wasn't a lot of work, but it's a lot of fun. In about 4 hours, I got a bunch of friends coming over for a backyard brunch.
It's time to grill.
Action! Be a good day. I've got my salmon just getting happy in the fridge right now, and my back bacon sitting here in that apple cider. Oh, my goodness, it's just plumped right up now. Ooh, look at this. Just needs to be patted dry, though. Get over there. Just get rid of that apple cider. Giving this a quick pat dry because I'm not done with this yet. I want to smoke this on the grill with apple wood, and I just want to make sure all the moisture is off right now. Time to create a little dry rub for it. Get a nice little crust happening. Got a bowl, and I got some coriander. Oh, some heat here with some chili powder, some cayenne pepper. Ooh, yeah, just be careful on both these guys. Don't go crazy on them. And I don't cook without my garlic, so I got a little garlic salt here. Mustard powder, a little sweet paprika. All these different flavors in here just provide that wonderful little taste that you're gonna get. And last but not least, a little brown sugar. Because I got the garlic in here, plus I got the brown sugar, just to add that sweetness, and it's gonna get that nice little thick crust on it. Mix this around, mix, mix, mix. Come here, Mr. Pork. Get it all over, just rub it in. This is a really coarse, dry rub, so what this does, it just tears some of those fibers in the top and gets it right down in there. This is looking really nice. This is my fun time. Step 1, soak this in apple cider overnight. Step 2, put that dry rub on it. Step 3, off to the grill to get smoked. Now I get my salmon, and I'm off to the grill. Just poking a few holes in a smoke pouch here. This is a hickory wood smoke pouch, and I put 2 parts wet, 1 part dry in here, and this is a grill. Just turn that on. When you smell smoke, come back and put your salmon on. And this is my apple wood smoke pouch. I poked a few holes in here already, and this has to get onto the grill because apple wood and pork are a perfect combination. Just get this on, turn the barbecue on, close the lid, wait for smoke, then I put the back bacon on. Both my barbecues are smoking, and it's time to get some food on. Oh, yeah. Can just smell that hickory in the air right now. Take a look. Took all that citrus off, the lemons, the limes, just left a little cilantro. Oh, and the tequila's right in here. Just allow these guys to smoke up nice and evenly. An hour and a half, and these guys are gonna be done. Close the lid. You don't want to lose all that smoke, because I'm using indirect heat to cook this at about 220 degrees Fahrenheit, about 110 degrees Celsius. This side is off, this side's at medium. Oh, yeah. Take a look at this. Back bacon. Just like the fish, this guy's going on the same way, using indirect heat to cook it. Get this onto the off side, this side here, medium, and close the lid. Just like the salmon, this is gonna smoke at 220 degrees Fahrenheit, about 110 degrees Celsius. Oh, hour and a half, this is gonna be succulent. You know what? I think I'm gonna serve bubbly with brunch. I'm having a brunch barbecue, and I got some salmon and back bacon on. This guy was just sitting in that cilantro, little lemon zest. Oh, my goodness, and some tequila. Woo! Hickory is in the air. But take a look at this. Back bacon. This is just a thing of beauty. Taste a little brown sugar in there, some chilies. Oh. This just needs to be covered. Allow this to chill out for a little while. You just smell that apple wood in the air, too. I love this stuff. Just give this a quick cover. Now I take off that salmon. All right, time to get this salmon off. And this is looking perfect in here. Beautifully cooked. Take a look at that. Just, you can just taste that tequila. Get this off, give it a quick tent, and back to the prep. All right, asparagus. Oh, this is gonna go into a little puff pastry I'm making. But take a look at this. Back bacon. Cool down just a touch. Just gonna slice it nice and thin, because this is gonna go into my puff pastry. But take a look at this thing of beauty. That beautiful smoke ring inside. Oh, just give this another quick slice. Just want about 5 of these guys. Oh, yes. One more. Beautiful. Put this back off to the side. Little taste for me. Nice and smoky, that applewood. That cayenne, chili, this is great. Just gotta get that asparagus cleaned up. Now, asparagus is very easy to clean. Wherever it snaps, you know that's the natural breaking point. This, don't throw it away. If you're gonna make a little soup later on, you can put those guys in and it'll add tons of flavor. I'm making a bacon and egg puff pastry tart. Oh, it's gonna be so creamy and rich. Get all the spears together, because these guys are looking good. And remember that for soup later on? Take a look at this. I've got some boiling salted water and I've got my asparagus here. Just plunge that in and leave it in for just a minute. And then I'll show you what to do with it after. All right, these guys are ready to come out now. And how do you know they're ready to come out? Take a look at that brilliant green. You want to keep it green? Get it right into ice cold water. That stops the cooking process and allows it to stay brilliantly green and still crunchy. These are cooled down. Just get them onto a towel and get them dry. Just fold it up, pat those dry. Next, my puff pastry. All right, puff pastry. Take a look at this, baby. Yes, I'm loving it. This is the easiest tart you'll ever see. Take your knife and just sort of run it down the side. This is gonna create a nice little border for yourself. That's one border. That's the second border. Just move these off to the side. And then create the side borders. Looks like a little rectangle. Now here's the easy part. One egg, just give this a quick crack. Right in, that's looking beautiful. Now here's a little tip. Get yourself a little bit of water and whisk this together. This is gonna be the glue that holds the whole thing together. Whisk, whisk, whisk. Get yourself a pastry brush. Just brush this lightly. Because what I wanna do is I wanna make a little border here. And what the border will do is actually act as that little place where the eggs won't go all over the place and it'll stay all in the center. I love this. Brush, brush, brush. Get the borders, put them on. Both sides. Because remember, this is puff pastry and it's gonna go. So this is a perfect thing. If you have a little bit extra hanging over the side, just cut it right off. No big deal. All right. Put this side on. Put this side on. And just a little bit more egg wash on top. This will just help it to brown up nice and evenly also. Get yourself some melted butter. Just melted a half a stick. Just brush this in the center, because I don't want this to stick. So brush it liberally. All right. And just transfer it right over now. Yes. Just slide it off. Center it, and I'm off to the grill. All right. I preheated my grill to 400 degrees Fahrenheit, about 200 degrees Celsius. I'm gonna turn this barbecue into an oven, and I'm using indirect heat to cook this puff pastry, and it's only gonna take about 15 minutes. Slide this guy on. Remember, no heat directly underneath it, moderate heat on the other side. Close the lid, it's gonna puff right up. While my puff pastry cooks, this gives me just enough time to get my frittata done before everyone gets here. I'm doing a brunch barbecue, and on that grill right now is that puff pastry, just getting happy. And right now I'm making a frittata, but I'm just getting the fillings ready for it. I got some peppers here, red, orange, yellow, and I'm just giving it a quick chop. Just want to cut them all the even size. Why? So they cook at the same pace. This is gonna look so colorful. In the fridge right now, I've got some beautiful smoked salmon that's gonna go into this frittata. It's gonna be flavorful. Whew! That was hard work. Now I got some more to do. Red onion. I've got some beautiful basil here, which I wanna pick, and I wanna chop some chives. Herbs are cut up, just gonna move those off to the side. All my harder vegetables are right over here. This is gonna be a big frittata, and this is how I'm gonna crack my eggs. I'm gonna crack them in here first, and then I'm gonna throw them in. Why am I doing it this way? Just in case I got a blood spot in here, then I can take it out easily. Just keep cracking and get them in. Just a touch of milk, and you can use cream if you want. But I'm using a little bit of milk today and whisk this together. I'm making a beautiful little frittata, and a frittata is just a flat omelet, an Italian style. Give this a nice whisk. Put those herbs in. Just mix this around. I'm not gonna put in my hard vegetables right now because when I get to the grill, I've got a cast iron pan just heating up. I'm gonna sweat these guys off just a touch, and then I'll add them in. Remember this piece of salmon I smoked off a little earlier? Just give this a quick flake. Oh, isn't this looking beautiful? This salmon was smoked in hickory wood. Oh, I gotta take a quick taste of it. Oh, my goodness. It was so good. Salmon's done. Got my veg done. I've got my eggs and a little bit of feta cheese. I'm off to the grill. Before I get my frittata on, time to check out this puff pastry. Oh, yeah. 15 minutes have gone by. And take a look at this. This is puffed up really nicely. Now, here's an interesting part. Just take your hand and press down on the center. I don't want it to rise totally up. I just want to get my filling in here right now. Time to get this back bacon on. Just layer this right in there. This is going to be the base, and it's a beautiful, rich base. Asparagus, I'm just gonna line this up. Time to get the eggs cracked and put into the bowl. Just pour the egg directly into the section you're looking for. Just a little fresh thyme. You don't have to chop it up, just strip it off, get a little bit over top. This is gonna really flavor it up really nicely. A little bit of pepper, a little bit of salt. Oh, and that's looking great. Slide this back, close the lid down, and turn this into an oven. These are gonna cook for around 8 minutes. If you like them done a little bit more, leave them on. But these guys are gonna be perfect. Time for my frittata. Just like my puff pastry, I preheated my grill for my frittata. Take a look at that. That's a cast iron pan, and that guy's been preheated. You wanna make sure this one's nice and hot. I'm gonna use a mixture of a little bit of butter and a little bit of oil. That'll just bring the temperature up so that nothing burns on it. So a little bit of butter, a little bit of oil. Oh, yeah, looking great. And just get in all those vegetables now. Sweat these guys off. Just give them a couple minutes to release some of those oils. All right. You gotta be a big guy to flip cast iron pan like that. Just let that go. Once that's sweated off just a touch, then I'll get in my egg mixture. The veg is just sweated off nicely. Still got a little bit of crunch to it. Time to add the egg mixture in. Just pour this directly in. Yes. Got all those herbs and the chives in there. Just mix this around just a touch. Fold it through. There we go. Oh, yeah. Now you can see it starting to come together. This is perfect. Time to just put in that beautiful smoked salmon around the top. This stuff is smoked off to perfection. And just a touch of feta cheese. Just crumble this on top. All right, that's looking great. Slide that in the back. Close the lid until this comes together and it sets in a perfect little custard. This is gonna be a flavorful frittata. It's been a couple minutes now. Time to get the frittata off. Oh, yeah! It's not wiggling at all, so that means it's perfectly done. Get this guy right off. Now the puff pastry. All right, time to look at this puff pastry. It's been off for a while. Oh, look at this. This is awesome stuff. There's nothing better than having brunch outside. Hey, it's time to eat.